So today we're going to talk about the smallest thing in the world, almost, semiconductor. So for myself, I must say I'm not a semiconductor expert, although I've been working with many companies in this sector since about probably 20 years ago. I think, Tudor, I probably met you nearly about 20 years ago when ARM started its effort to get into China. And then since then, I've also got other clients who are in the semiconductor industry, but also related tech sectors. So I have been in the UK for about 25 years, and now I'm also involved in helping the UK tech sector at a national level to better understand China, but also the wider society. Now, what I would like to do is to have a very quick presentation of China's semiconductor industry. This is really giving you a very quick snapshot of the industry's growth and market size, but also provide a context for today's discussion to Tudor's talk. So as you all know, Chinese government has put a lot of money, billions and billions into the semiconductor industry after the U.S. China trade war started about 2018. And that's when you can see the curve start really picking up. The growth really took off since then. And the government has put in subsidies into R&D, but also production, procurement, as well as other preferential policies. So as a result, after 2 years after that, the Chinese global sales of chips, i.e. not just selling China, but export combined, it has grown 30% in 2020. And in fact, it captured about 9% of the world's market share. And then in this in 2019 and 2020, China surpassed Taiwan in terms of the market share as well, although we know that this is less, high-level chips. And the sales data for 2021 was not available. So, but we can see the momentum is going. So here we wanted to show you that the top sort of Chinese companies. In 2020, there's about 15,000 Chinese companies registered as semiconductor enterprise. So that's a result of many startups being funded by public, but also private capital. So lots of companies are rushing into this industry. And the leading Chinese semiconductor firms, particular fabless companies, have done really well, led by Huawei Silicon, HiSilicon, and then there's also some companies probably you've never heard of, which are growing very rapidly. For example, there's a Zhixing Micro in 2020 grow by nearly doubled itself. And here there's also some of the other Chinese companies that are now also joining into this semiconductor development business. So they previously, these are the main business are in consumer electronics, home appliance, as you can see, even internet service provider, everyone in China who can probably afford or who has the access to capital if jump into the bandwagon. So as a result, you have a lot of capital in China swash waiting for good projects. And as a result of all this, Chinese government has also announced as part of the 14th five-year plan to build 28 additional fab construction projects within China. It's about $26 billion, and that's announced in 2021. So some of this are already in construction. And particularly, for example, SMIC is going to invest more than $8 billion for a new chip plant in Shanghai. As you can see, most of these new projects are in the coast areas of China, other than only two projects in Sichuan province, where traditionally has been advanced engineering base for China. So China's rapid growth in the semiconductor chip sales is likely to continue. And if the forecast says China will continue in a 30% average growth rate every year, China would nearly double its market share in another 2 years, and that would put China behind the US and Korea. Of course, this is assuming that the rest of the world is growing at the current rate. But is this likely to materialize? If so, how long does it actually take for China to catch up with existing industrial leaders? And actually, will they ever do that? And will there be a market for foreign companies in a few years' time? And what can you prepare if that's coming?